Hey everyone, how's everyone's night going? My night's going pretty good. I had a stressful day though. Not gonna get into it. How's everyone's night? My night's going good. I just witnessed a good show. Pretty good. I got all the notes down. And we're gonna do this. Let's do this. Impact kicks the night off with Jake Something and Rohit Raju. Hey Jarrett. Damn, what a hard-fought fight. The match was really good, but it ended with shenanigans. Shenanigans, fun word. Jake Something had Rohit on his shoulders. Shira pulled the leg. Rohit collapsed on Jake Something. Shira pulled the leg. Oh wait, Rohit landed on Jake Something for the pin. So he was on his shoulders, and Shira pulled the leg out from under the rope, and Shira collapsed onto Jake Something. And so that was a pin attempt. And while the pin was attempted, Shira hold the foot down, like what they do when they're outside the ring trying to be sneaky, and they hold the foot down to add more leverage. I don't understand how that can add more leverage to a guy like Jake Something, but it did, and Rohit got the win. After the match, though, is where it really gets exciting. After the match, something went on. Jake Something, I have something down in my notes because it's easier. Jake Something went on a rampage, beat up Shira with a chair repeatedly. Then he got out a table and speared his ass through a table. Message sent: do not piss off Jake Something. Do not piss him off. That was fun. That was fun. Definitely an A in my book. That was great. I will read the comments afterwards, everyone. Thank you for joining. I will read the comments afterwards, guys. Thank you for joining. Next up is Kiera Hogan versus Tiniel Dashwood. It was a really solid match. I was actually surprised. Tiniel with the win, and with the assist from Caleb, I believe. But after the match is where things got interesting again. But after the match, Tasha wasn't happy that Kiera lost. She started kicking Tiniel. Caleb came with the save to try and stop her, and Tasha was wearing heels, like 5-inch heels, steel heel shoes. So there was a point, and she was kicking them into Tiniel's gut. Stop her. Out comes Kimberly, Susan, and Deanna to continue the beatdown on Tiniel. Kimber took out Caleb with a DDT. Then they went back to Tiniel, beating Tiniel, all 5 of them beating Tiniel. Out comes Taylor Wilde, but she got quickly overwhelmed. Then out comes Havoc, and she clears the ring. She tosses all 5 of them simultaneously or individually out of the ring in their own little way. So she cleared the ring. I will read the comments afterwards. I see them circling. That's awesome. Then out comes Havoc, and she clears the ring. Then out comes Rosemary with the K and scares them all off. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. Like the whole segment, the whole way it was produced, it was glorious. And I know I'm using that term because it's been taken, but that was phenomenal. Oh, that was also taken. Spectacular. There you go. I can use that. That was spectacular. All of it was well produced. Great stuff. Rosemary got some action and got some fun. And then Rosemary had an eye-to-eye with Havoc, and it seems like they're on the same team. So we might get a team up in the future. So fun stuff ahead. Next up comes out VSK, and he'll be facing P.D. Williams. VSK really impressed me tonight. in his match. Definitely someone to keep an eye on, Impact. Definitely someone to keep an eye on. Don't want him slipping away. He needs something, though. He needs a gimmick. He needs some Rasta gimmick or some chains. His gear is generic. I like VSK, but I think he needs something. I don't know what. I'm not the creative guy, but he needs something to stand out. If they're really gonna keep him, he needs something. Otherwise, he's just a generic dude, which is good for the indies and everything else. But with Impact, you need to have a character. So that's always fun. I need something, though, a gimmick maybe. Nonetheless, it was a good match. And obviously, PD1's won with the Canadian Destroyer, which he can only use and is gifted to Chelsea Green. No one does it like PD and Chelsea, that's for sure. All those independent guys can do Canadian Destroyers, but none look as smooth and beautiful as PD's and Chelsea's. I was damn dude. In the next one, I was pretty bummed. In this next segment, Rich Swann was delivering a really solid promo. One of the most passionate promos I've ever heard. And out of nowhere comes Morrissey and kicks his head off. Like, even Gia screamed and kicks him in the head, then tosses his ass out of the building. What the hell? That was insane. Morrissey just kicked his head off, took off his jacket, stripped him of his identity, and then threw him. Didn't put him out there. He threw him out of the door into the entranceway. That is, wow. That was intense. I was enjoying that promo, Morrissey. You heal you. That was horrible. It was fun. It was entertaining, but poor Rich. He just came back. Oh, man. Swingers Palace. Let's talk about that. That was fun stuff. Oh, man. So here's TJP on a winning streak, right? And he's winning, and Dina and Swinger's like, Dino, what's up? He just keeps winning. So he's winning, and then he sees, like, you know what? I'm a generous guy. And he tosses a coin to Mamarella, who is Alicia. Then the three Swingerellas, they don't have names. I don't know if they had names. They may have independent wrestling names, or they're just valets. I don't know. We have not known their names. And if they do know their names, share this clip and let me know their names, because I don't know. Anyways, they toss the coin. He tosses the coin to Alicia, the three other Swingerellas, and he's like tossing it to like, wait, who? What is that? And his Falaba dressed as a Stringerella, and he's like, get over here. He taps the corner, and he's like, where have you been? Like, oh, why are you dressed like that? I'm here to pay off my debt to Swinger. And then TJP is like, what do I have to do to get him out of debt? He's like, land on the 8 ball. And he tosses the dice, which I think are loaded because he won. He keeps winning. And it was not too hard to achieve loaded dice. So TJP won, and he freed Falaba, and he's like, now we can be tag teams again. Oh, wait, first he let all the Swingerellas blow the dice. Then he won and stopped Falaba from doing it because he didn't want the bad luck. And then so he's free. And then out comes, where have you been? I had the team with PD Williams. And PD's like, dude, was it really that bad? And TJP was like, we have more chemistry. So PD went, well, you know what? You can take your chemistry, and I think I have more chemistry with Josh Alexander, and we'll have a tag team match next week. I'm pretty tight with the boss. And he's like, you know, he managed me in Team Canada, and TJP is like, I know. And then TJP leaves and then pops into K to crash the party. And Crazy Steve was like, this is the creepiest place I've ever been to. And then there was some exchange between Rosemary and Johnny Bravo, and Swinger threw in something that it was a really fun segment. If you want to find out, I posted the whole thing on my Twitter account at MiseryEater101, so you can check that out, or you can scroll through Impacts to check it out. It's a hilarious segment. But that's enough of that. Out comes Moose, looking like an absolute star. Got that fresh suit on, looking fly. Dude's ready to speak. Totally marking out. I totally marked out for his promo. Like, there's some things that I don't like sharing, but one of the things that no one knows about me is I freaking love Greek mythology. So I was taken in awe of Moose, knowing the gods and their origin and their era and their power and their ability was just total mark out moment for me. I mean, that Greek mythology promo was, I'm not going to say it was that promo, his empowering promo, I guess I should say. But the Greek mythology bit sold me on it. That was great. Then out comes Kenny Omega and Don Callis, bringing up a Ring of Honor sting, how he never wore a title, how he never won a title in Ring of Honor, how he never won a Super Bowl in the 7 years of his experience, how he always comes up short in the big matches, which he did in the one with Austin Aries at Slammiversary 2018. I believe it was 2018. He came short. He was beaten by Austin Aries. So every time he has a big match, he comes up short, which is a valid point. And I love Moose to death. He's an awesome wrestler. He's an awesome entertainer. He's an awesome individual. He does so much for the business. But he was speaking hard fact. Then after the whole exchange going on with the words, and Kenny Omega brought up J. Jonah Jameson, which I freaking laughed about because he's a nerd. Well, he's not a nerd, but he's a comic expert, I guess you should say. But he brought up Jay Jonas and said, Moose is a menace. So Moose challenged Kenny to put a one-winged angel on him, and Kenny was about to do it. Now, in my recollection, Moose is a very tall dude. Kenny is not so tall. I don't think there's a way that Kenny can actually do the one-winged angel on Moose. I'm be excited to see it happen, but I don't think it's actually possible. Moose is a large dude. I've met him. He towers over me, and I'm 6'1". So I don't think the one-winged angel can be placed on Moose. So it's going to be an interesting battle to find out. Anyways, so he challenged him. Kenny starts to button his shirt and starting to think like he's going to go at it. Oh, you want it? You want it? All right. But the Good Brothers come out and interrupt him. So they enter the ring. And then as soon as they circle the ring, circle Moose, the glitch hack, I don't know the word for it, but Callahan summons himself with a baseball bat, standing in the ring. And then Kenny Omega's like, he's got a bat, run! And everyone just scattered like rats. It was fantastic. It was a great promo. It was a great lead up to Callahan's story. So either two of those feel like they're going to be challenging Kenny Omega. Hey guys, hey everyone from joining. Stick around. I will answer everyone's comments afterwards. I don't want to get distracted. And I appreciate everyone in the chat that stays. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. I was 100% there for it. Next up, Rachel Ellering versus Jordynne Grace. Like I said on my previous video, I don't know how this match will take place. It was taken off, it was taken down. But Rachel Ellering was having a conversation with Jordynne Grace on the couch, and they talked about, we need to get back at it. We need to get back our stuff. We need to go get it. And Jordynne Grace is like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go talk to Scott D'Amore right now. She talks to Scott D'Amore, and she comes back to Rachel, and Rachel's like, "So what's the plan?" "Oh, we have a match." "Oh, cool. Who are we facing?" I'm facing you." And Rachel's like, "What?" It was great. It was golden. So that's how that match happened. It was an excellent match. An excellent match of sportsmanship. They shook hands. They fought like friends. It was great. But during the match, there was a few cracks of heelishness. Like she would slam Rachel down, pull the leg, certain things that heels do to get the one up. But at the end of the match, Rachel won, and they hugged it out. But Jordynne Grace had hesitation and looked disappointed in herself. So I don't know where this story is going, but it's leading somewhere for Jordynne's big move. I don't know where it's going, so we're gonna have to wait and find out. We are backstage with Brian Myers next, and he's still upset that he wasn't in the title picture at Under Siege. He says, I beat Toros. Why wasn't I involved? Matt Cardona lost. Like, I could be number one contender right now. Matt took my spot. So Matt's down the hall, and he's like, "Hey, Matt." And Matt turns around, he just gets decked in the face, and then there's a brawl in the hallway, and the whole thing was taken out. He was taken out, hit the camera. We didn't see how that ended. So I don't know what's going on with that. Next up is the main event. Almost done, guys. Stay with me. Next up, the main event, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton challenge Finjuice for the Impact Tag Team Championships. What an absolutely fantastic match. Everything was great. The tag teams doubles, the moves during the match, the first part of the match, David Finlay was kind of overwhelmed by Madman Fulton's strength and power. So he was trying to be quick and then caught at every angle. Fun stuff. The match was great. Everything was good. Finjuice retained. But after the match, VBD comes out, Violent by Design, and they're holding the Call Your Shot trophy. So they're cashing it in. That instance, after Finjuice had a grueling 15-minute match with Ace Austin and Madman Fulton. So Finjuice was exhausted, tired, and they gave it their all, but VBD was too much for them. And now Rhino and Joe Doring are Impact Tag Team Champions, and I don't know what's next for Finjuice. In a promo earlier that night, they said that they're headed to Japan tomorrow. So it leaves me to believe that their time in Impact has been done. That they're not done, but their time has been spent. Like, they're going back to Japan. Maybe they'll come back and be a tag team because we need tag teams. Who knows? But at the moment, it says they're going back to Japan. And I don't know if they're at these next set of tapings. I haven't heard anything that they were. So we'll hear about that. So that was another jam-packed night. And at the end of the night, we got a Marvel end scenes credit. Slammiversary. More teases. I have them down. You got Samoa Joe, Mickie James, Bryan Danielson. Yes, there was a yes in the static. The Iconics, there was 2 as the Roman numeral. Bullet Club was glitching in the background. A shit ton of flags. And the Great Muta and some other Japanese wrestler I don't know. So a lot has been teased, just like last year. So it's going to be great to see what's going to happen. I wish I had some water. That was a lot. Oh, man. That's the end of my review. So now I'm going to read the comments. And yeah, so let's see. There's a shit ton. Jared Woods. Hi, Cody. Jared Woods. How will Heath respond to Violent by Design? I have no idea. That's gonna be. I'm gonna actually tag him in something tomorrow. Did you hear about the? I don't want to say his name, but whatever. Velveteen Dream was released by WWE. Yes, he was. Finally, they did the right thing. Brian Myers versus Matt Cardona at Impact Against All Odds. Maybe with a stipulation this time. Other than that, it's just going to be another repeat match. Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. Heath has a long way to go before he returns. I think his date was a month, right? He just had surgery. He said 2 months to return, I believe. I don't know. I'll have to check out Heath's tweets, but he's still a member of the roster. Rosemary and Havoc should be a tag team. I think that's the plan. How will Heath respond to Rhino winning Impact Tag Team Championship with Violent by Design? See, I think that's the whole story with Heath. I think he's gonna come back and question Rhino's motives, kind of like what Matt Cardona is doing with Bad Mood Brian. What's up, Io? Ao? My bad. Ao. Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. Tonight's show was insane. I would say this is the best Fallout show they have done after a pay-per-view. I 100% agree. That was a great show. Great lead up to the next set of tapings. Heath is heartbroken. Yes, he probably is. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. Kojima is rumored to, not rumored, is officially set to debut next week. That's why it's in the title of my video. Just to get clicks and likes. I don't know. But Kojima is set to debut next week, and we'll have to wait to find out what that's all about. Kojima versus El Phantasmo. I don't even know if Phantasmo is with us anymore. I think he went back to Japan. He dared Josh Alexander to go with him, though. Settle something in Japan together. Slam Zone, I think Scott D'Amore should manage PD and Josh next week to form Team Canada. That would be epic to see. That would be awesome to see. PD, the original Canadian Destroyer. Ao is right. Yeah. Rich Swann versus W. Morrissey. Jarrett, I think you're on something. Impact Wrestling Slam Zone. I want to see Brian Myers versus Cardona in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I love Falls Count matches. Those are always fun, especially when they use the venue to its full potential. Like back when Lucha Underground was a thing. I love those crazy-ass matches that involved outside the ring, using the temple in any way possible. The old TNA Asylum, not the Asylum, the Hogan era, when they had the ramp and the steps leading to the commentators table, where they used the whole arena as a jungle gym. That's why Falls Count Anywhere matches work. You use the whole arena to your advantage. You use anything you can find backstage. You use anything you can find next to you, under the ring, grab a thing from the fans, anything. That's why Falls Count Anywhere matches are my favorite, because they're really unpredictable. I think Morrissey is going to be a killer, AO thinks. I think he's going to be killer too, but I'm still not 100% excited about him yet. The thing he did tonight was a first step. Rich Swann versus W. Morrissey. Yes, I already read that. I think we're getting Morrissey and Enzo versus Willie Mack and Rich Swann at Slammiversary. I don't think so. I read a report today that W. Morrissey is not long-term signed to Impact, and that he plans to do things on his own. He was asked if he wants to bring Melina on, who's managing him in the SWE. An SWE Fury, another independent promotion he's a part of. Melina is managing him, and he was asked in an interview if Melina is going to come to Impact with him. It's like, Melina is great. Melina is awesome. She has helped me a lot. But right now, I'm doing my own thing, making sure I can do it without a mouthpiece. So I don't know if Enzo is the plan. but it might. It might be because Impact has a certain different agenda than W. Morrissey's. Who knows? But could be exciting to see. We would probably get Swan versus Morrissey at against all odds, more than likely. I see Jordan Grace turning heel in a few weeks, and the feud continues with Ellering. Yeah, I think so. I think it was interesting how Rachel was brought in as a tag team when she's mostly a singles wrestler. So I think she's going to have a small little feud with Jordan Grace, and Jordan Grace is going to turn. Violent by Design versus Decay for Impact Tag Team Championships. Jarrett has always the best ideas. Was not a fan of the Moose segment. To me, it needs more mic skills. Yeah, his words came out less with, I don't want to bag the man because he liked and retweeted my tweet. But I enjoyed the promo. I thought he was good. I mean, the word speak was good. I mean, he doesn't have to have a very personality way of talking. It's not his thing. He's a very gruff, buff man, and he speaks with a serious tone. Just to prove his point, that's why he took it slow and steady and made every point and word heard. I thought that was great. Moose didn't even take his eyes off of Omega during the Callis promo. See, that's another thing. That's another thing that makes Moose a legend. He didn't even focus on Callis. He was staring straight at Kenny Omega. Good call, AO. Wrestling Slam Zone. This is my prediction. Moose loses to Omega. We get Sammy versus Omega at Slammiversary. Omega retains. Samurai Joe comes out to set up the match for BFG, and Joe beats Omega for the titles at BFG. I don't know. I still think Moose is taking it. I read something funny today, and it said Kenny Omega was only there for one set of tapings. He was only seen once. And so it made me believe that he dropped the title to Moose. I don't know. But the whole thing about AEW and Callis, unfortunately, even in an exec position, yes, that's in news. Look it up. I'm not the first to drop it. Unfortunately, I wish I was. But yeah, Callis is out of the exec position, and he will be focusing more on an on-person role with Kenny Omega. Strictly Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. So he'll interact with the roster, but he'll strictly be in business with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. And I read something that they only did one thing with Callis and Kenny, these set of tapings for 4 days. So it makes me question whether Kenny stays or not. But Kenny versus Sammy or Kenny versus Eddie has me sold. I don't want Kenny to leave yet. There's some great matches he can still have. Moose and Sami Callahan versus Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. That sounds like a good match. Hey, King Reezy. I also think when Omega loses, we would not see Callis anymore on Impact since he left as a VIP. It's possible. Jarrett, Finn Juice will get a rematch. It's possible. We'll find out. I think Finn Juice may be on their way back to Japan, but I could be wrong. They did say they were going to Japan tomorrow. They said that in a strict promo, and if it's a taped promo, they tape it with future references, like with the commentary. This has already happened, so they commentate future presence, future-wise. So when someone says, I'm going to Japan tomorrow, it means they're going to Japan that day next, and it means they'll be gone. So we don't know if they're coming back. We'll have to wait. Next week starts the next set of tapings. It was 4 days of tapings, so that's 8 weeks of Impact, I believe. 4 hours each night. Oh, wait, no, it might be 16 weeks. 4 times 4 is 6. I don't want to sound like a retard. I can say that. I want to say it's 16. 16 weeks. 16 weeks. Or 8. I don't know. I'm confused. Slam Zone, Violent by Design winning the title tonight was epic. Can't wait to find out who they feud against next. I have to say Violent by Design top Sanity. That's because Eric is helping with that. Triple H and WWE gave Eric Young zero creativity with Sanity. They don't let the talent touch their creations. They give little hints, but they always get turned down. And Eric Young's ideas was always turned down. So the good thing about Impact is they listen to the talent, are free to express themselves without fear of being fired or fear of being suspended. They have free range to express their creativity and their ideas. That's why Deanna keeps going to Scott D'Amore to get more challengers. But I believe Eric Young is spearheading this Violent by Design stuff. I mean, he's a very creative person. And I wouldn't be surprised if Eric Young is putting a big chunk of himself into the Violent by Design creativity. More teases. Get ready for weekly end of the show teases. Yep, end credits are back. Except this time it doesn't show anyone on the couch. I like that. I would love to see Alexander Wolf show up in Impact and join Violent by Design. Wolf is free June 16th. Yes, a lot of NXT wrestlers were released. And I don't know the names by heart. There's Jessima Duke, Wolfie, some guy named Judge. I don't watch NXT, so I don't know any of these wrestlers, but I do know one by heart, and that was Ava Story in Impact Wrestling. And I would love to have Brandy Lauren, a.k.a. Ava Story, a.k.a. Skylar Story, back in Impact Wrestling. She had immense potential, and we need a redhead. We need a redhead in Impact. We've never had a redhead knockout stay long term. And I like redheads. So I think Brandy Lauren, Skylar Story, Ava Story, whatever she wants to go by, needs to make a return. Just like I think Chelsea Green should make a return. Those two knockouts should be priority. Or those two women should be priority. Iconic should be priority too to get in the knockouts tag division. Heath lives in the same town I live in. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yes, we can't forget about Kojima. Yeah, sorry, Ayo. I was going to lead into that. Kojima, what a legend. I heard he likes bread. Is that true? Kojima versus Chris Bay. That sounds a great idea. Impact Zone at Universal Studios Orlando. Yep, that was it. The little venue with the ramp and step up to the commentator's booth. That was a great venue. I loved it. It was probably one of my favorite Impact venues. But my new favorite venue is the Rebel Complex, and I can't wait for the city to open up so we can head back there. It is a beautiful venue. Has skylights, ring lights, a little dome thing. You can put a little highlight there. It is a beautiful venue, and I love the Rebel Complex in Toronto, Canada. So I would love for us to go back there, and I'm pretty sure Rebel will love us. The best Falls Count Anywhere matches were the best at the Impact Zone at Universal Orlando, especially the one when Madison Rayne beat Mickie James. They even went into the men's bathroom. I remember that. That was a crazy-ass match. Yeah, there was a time. There was a Falls Count Anywhere match in WWE, and they did that reversed. It was back when the WWE was actually watchable. Yes, I don't like WWE. There was a scene, I don't know who the women were involved, but they ended up in, I think, Tori Wilson's or Trish Stratus's shower, And of course, nothing was shown, but it was funny because they were brawling in a shower full of women, but there was only one woman in the shower. I thought that was funny. But yes, that knockouts falls count anywhere match was a great one. I'm gonna look that up on. Oh, we can't. It's not on Plus. Damn it. That match is on TV, and the Spike era of 2009 to 2014 is not on Impact Plus. And that match with Tara and Madison Rayne and Mickie James, Falls Count Anywhere match, was on a TV taping of Impact Wrestling, which means it's not on the Plus app. It might be on YouTube. So I'm going to search that next. W. Morrissey and Lance Archer would be an awesome team as well. Madman Fulton and Lance Archer seems more likely than W. Morrissey. W. Morrissey doesn't have the whole wasteland look like Lance Archer has. Decay versus Blade and Butcher in a Monsters Ball match. Jarrett with the good ideas. You should definitely throw your hat into creative or booking. I like playing Booker too. I still think Moose, hoping. Yeah, I still think Moose is going to win it. And then it's going to be Moose versus Callahan at Slammiversary. I'm disappointed our world champ didn't show up with the belts. What is that? Yeah, I was the same way. Remember when Sami Callahan attacked Don Callis? Which part? The one at Lucha Underground versus Impact, or the one that was on Impact Wrestling? He's threatened Don Callis a lot more than he's threatened Scott D'Amore. That's for sure. I think if one person's going to be happy to get rid of Don Callis, it's going to be Callahan. It's 16 week of episodes, including Against All Odds. There you go. Yeah, they tape 4 nights, 4 hours each day. And the end result, and they tape an extra special episode of Against All Odds. Yep, 16 weeks, which leads us right to Slammiversary. What do you think of Alexander Wolf being released? Could he join EY and Impact? Alexander Wolf was the dude with the long hair, right? The short guy? Insanity? I only watched Sanity like once, and that was back when I was actually watching NXT. So I'm trying to picture Alexander Wolf, and I'm picturing Madman Fulton, Eric Young, and this somewhat taller dude than Eric Young, but not as tall as Madman Fulton. And he had like tattoos on his chest area. Am I getting somewhere? Let me know if I'm right in the replay, because I may not be. Extreme D. Oh, cool. A new person. Miss Impact today at AM at work. That's cool. VBD won the belts. If you missed Impact, you're in luck. I think it's on the Impact Plus app. There will be a replay on Twitch. There will be a replay on Access TV. And you can catch any outlet that Impact now has, and I'm pretty sure you can watch the replay. They're gonna replay it. That was a great episode. They're gonna milk its for its worth. Oh, speaking of, did you hear that we have a TV channel in Iraq now? The military, if there is a military still there, I don't know. The times have changed. Years have passed since the incident. The unspeakable incident. But yeah, Impact will not broadcast in Iraq. How awesome is that? The military and everyone in Iraq gets to watch Impact Wrestling. So, if the military is a huge part of Iraq still, I'm throwing my hat in there for a tributes to the troop special. We can't do tributes to the troop because it's already stolen by WWE. But we could play on words and put Save Our Troops, or This Is For the Troops, or Military Plus. Something to dedicate Impact Plus to the troops. I think that would be a great idea. Slam Zone, Vanessa Bourne would be awesome to see in Impact. Yes, I don't know her though. I'm gonna have to do research on these names. Do you think we will see Drake Younger a ref soon in Impact? I don't think so. I think we're pretty refed up. Ha, refed up. We got Daniel Spencer, we got Brian Hebner, and we got Brandon Toll. That's 3 refs. I'm pretty sure we're booked on refs. I think Drake Younger will go to NWA. They need a big ref name after Brian Hebner joined Impact. Slam Zone. I went to the Impact Zone a lot at Universal Orlando. I went to Victory Road 06, Victory Road 07, and Impact tapings. I'm on both pay-per-views. You'll have to watch them again and point yourself out so I can actually see you in the audience. I was on BFG 19, and I was also on one of the California shows with my buddy Chris. Hey, Chris. He doesn't watch my shows. I hope he does. I'm on both pay-per-views. Madison Rayne versus Mickie James was TNA. Oh, it was on the pay-per-view or one night only. I'll have to check that out. Against All Odds 2011. Thanks, Slam Zone. I could have sworn it was on an episode of Impact. Or was that the one with Tara? Was that with Mickie James and Tara? Man, it's been forever. I don't have a good enough memory. I'm a big fan of WWE and wrestling in general. I'm a new subscriber. Alexander Wolf looks like Sheamus. So it's not the dude I'm thinking of. Sorry, Jordan. I have no faith in WWE anymore. I mean, it's entertaining, it's fun, but for me, it's kid stuff. I promise not to hate on it too hard because I don't want my channel full of negativity. AO. No, I'm pretty sure that's not the guy. I'm pretty sure he's referring to the guy that I know, that I think I know, which I don't know now. Thank you, AO. Slam Zone. Sorry, I was wrong. TNA Final Resolution. Tara versus Mickie James. Falls Count Anywhere match. See, I knew it was Tara. You had me thinking it was Madison Rayne. I'm like, wait a minute. No, it was Tara. TNA Final Resolution. Do you know the date? The year date? Does anyone from Impact know Drake? Nope. Ava Story should be in Impact Wrestling. Yes, she should make a comeback. I love her. She's one of my favorites. I was pretty sad when she got screwed by Jarrett. I call that infamous moment the Jarrett screw job. Both Jarretts. They brought in a shit ton of talent, used them for 2 sets, and then just ditched them to the side. I thought that was horrible. Or when they made Christina Von Aries show up one night, have a hell of a match, and then just drop the title to Sienna and just be gone. Like, never to be seen again. I haven't seen her wrestle anymore. I follow her on Twitter. And Jarrett screw job. So I haven't even seen Christina Von Aries anywhere on my Twitter since then. I don't even know if she still wrestles. But that was one of the talents. They had Magnus come in for one taping to drop the title to who did he drop it to? Who did Magnus drop the title to in 2016? Shit, that's gonna bug me. But yeah, so that happened. And so yeah, I call it the Jarrett screw job because he brought in a shit ton of talent, gave them hope, and then kicked them to the side like they were nothing. Like, oh, you did your duty, you're gone now. You did your duty, you're gone now. Oh, you can stay for a bit until we don't like you. Ava Story was one of them. The women entourage were a few of them. The ones that were with I want to say Moose. Or was it RVD? Woman entourage with the limo and shit that was in 2016. They brought in a shit ton of talented female for that too, and they just dished him to the side afterwards. So yeah, I call that the infamous moment of Jarrett, because Karen brought him in, Jarrett brought in who he wanted from his GFW days. So yeah, back to the comments. Eva Story, that one on Impact Wrestling where Sami Callahan attacked Don Callis. Yeah, I remember that. 2010. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. December 5th, 2010. No, the Jarrett screw job. Madison Rayne was in the bathroom stall and attacked Mickie James. Yeah, that was on Impact. All right, guys, we did 45 minutes. Not bad. I think I dropped all the news I needed. Let's see, the Kojima, EVP, teases. Oh, wait, did you know Vladimir Kozlov is a Russian commentator for Impact Wrestling? Because I sure as hell didn't. I found that out today. Fun stuff. Lance Archer versus Sami Callahan. Anything goes match. No hold bars match. Not bad. No, that was Final Resolution. Same match. Oh, you're talking about when Tara and Mickie James fought in the locker room, and Madison Rayne interrupted Mickie James's match, right? I need to watch this again. I'll watch this again tonight, just to refresh my mind. Same match. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Back then, I wasn't allowed to watch pay-per-views, so I only saw the highlights. I was still living on my own without a credit card at that time. My mom and dad were paying for cable out of a condo that I infamously destroyed. Deonna Purrazzo versus Britt Baker. That would be a great match. I ordered every pay-per-view back then. Oh, you're lucky. I can't say that. Nope. I already said that in one of my other videos, and I don't want to get flagged. Not saying it again. But I wish I could have done that. I'll say that. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. I appreciate all the views. I appreciate you interacting with me. Oh, more comments. Who do you think will go into the Impact Hall of Fame this year? I was hoping Madison Rayne. Or we would probably already know by now if there was going to be someone. But I was going to suggest Madison Rayne. She had a hell of a career in Impact. If Angelina Love wasn't contracted to Ring of Honor, I would put the beautiful people in the Hall of Fame. I would bring in Christian Cage from AEW and put him in the Hall of Fame. Make that an exchange. Trying to think who's free agents. Douglas Williams, but he only did something with British Invasion. It would be nice to see R-Truth or Ron Killings in the Hall of Fame. That would be dope. I can't think of anyone besides Madison Rayne right now. Ace Austin versus Sami Guevara. That was supposed to happen, but it didn't. Deonna versus Serena Deeb, I'll take. Serena Deeb has improved a lot. Serena is the same person that was in Straight Edge Society. I don't remember the name she had. I think she was a Serena. She was the shaved chick that was in the Straight Edge Society, and I was impressed. I watched AEW on Wednesday. And it was actually a solid, decent show. And she was impressive. Like, super impressive. Like, it was fantastic. Red Velvet was pretty great too. But Serena quickly overpowered her. So that was fun. Madman Fulton versus Miro. Maybe. Madman Fulton versus Morrissey. Yeah. Slam Zone. I used to call Madison Rayne the hot fry. Ha! I don't think she would enjoy that. I met her. She is so nice. Oh, I met her too. She's in one of my videos. I went to a show with Madison Rayne at AWS, and I was the only one in the arena wearing her Queen Bee Impact Wrestling shirt. And I've been a huge mark for Madison Rayne from the first day. And I was so happy to actually meet Madison Rayne. And she couldn't stay for photos. She couldn't stay for a meet and greet. But she ran to the ring and she blew me a fan kiss, like not an intimate, emotional kiss, but she was thanking you, kissing me. And she looked right at me and said, thank you I did the whole up that, but it was a mwah kind of thing. And I have the video on my YouTube. I will post it on Twitter tomorrow. And then I actually saw her at BFG 19. And I talked to her about that moment and she remembered it. And then I was like, I finally get to meet you after all these years to tell you that you're awesome. And I absolutely adore Madison Rayne. And I will cherish her career for the rest of my life. Such a kind-hearted spirit that can get feisty when she needs to. Shout out to Madison Rayne. Met her. She is so nice. Met half the roster back then. Nice. James Storm will get revenge on Moose. Possibly. Serena is times better than she was years back. Yeah, Serena has improved a lot. Violent by Design versus Decay for Impact Tag Team Championships in the Monsters Ball match. Nice. That sounds like a fun match. Slam Zone. I met James Storm, AJ Styles, as well as Eric Young as well. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Do any of them follow you? I need water. Shit, I have no water in my room. Fuck. I'll just drink one of these. Don't ban me, YouTube. I'm drinking Capri Sun. I'm not being paid for it. I don't have paid ads. You can't ban me. I met AJ Styles, Eric Young, Rosemary versus Allie. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Eric Young, Kurt Angle, and Wes Briscoe follows me. Oh, Wes Briscoe. Oh, man, I miss him. Eric Young follows you? That's pretty cool. Kurt Angle. Nice. I have Sammy Callahan, Scott D'Amore, Gail Kim, Brandon Toll, Daniel Spencer, Sue Young, Adam Thornstowe, Chris Bay, a shit ton more. I think Congo Kong follows me still. A lot of Impact personnel follow me. The Impact UK account follows me. So I have one Impact channel following me at least. Eric Young, Rosemary versus Ali should be a tag team. Yeah, they should come back as a tag team. Wes Briscoe and Red Velvet are an item. Interesting. I wonder if that means Rex Briscoe will make a return or make a debut in AEW. Aces and Ace reunion dropped today on Impact Plus. I know what I'm watching tomorrow. Congo Kong should return to Impact Wrestling. I'm pretty sure he's still in BCW with Scott D'Amore's promotion. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think he's still involved in BCW. Jeff Jarrett also follows me. I forgot him as well. I'm sorry. No, I'm okay. I have no hate towards Jeff Jarrett. I know it may seem that way. I respect the hell out of the dude. I still follow him. I still follow his wife because they are really good outside of the business. They're really good at looking at talent. They're really good at producing talent. They're really good at talking about talent and knowing who to sign and who to do and who to produce and who to create. They're really good at that. But the business aspect of them being involved in anything, that's where I might have a tiny bit of an issue. Because they do not handle business very well. They're geniuses outside of the ring. But inside the ring or doing a business capacity, they're not the smartest decision makers. But I respect the hell out of them anyways. Now, no one can be perfect. If it wasn't for Jeff Jarrett, Impact wouldn't be here. That is true. They should make an Impact Hardcore Championship. Yeah, I think the hardcore days are done, though. Unfortunately. If it wasn't for Jarrett, Impact wouldn't be here. Yeah. Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, and Bob Ryder. Speaking of Jerry Jarrett, I've been watching the NWA TNA Plus TNA shows, and I learned that Jerry Jarrett was a hell of a creator. There are some matches on the Asylum years that I'm surprised aren't on today. There was a 5-way elimination table match. Now let me explain that for a second. There were 5 individual X Division competitors, and all 4 of them had to be put through a table to win, leaving the 5th guy as the victor. Now, why don't we have matches like that anymore? Or an X Division scramble match that's an elimination only. Like, not a one fall to the finish. You have to pin each opponent in the ring to win. Like, those elimination scramble matches were hella entertaining. And I don't say hella a lot. It was ridiculously entertaining, and it was a great match. There was a triple ladder match where 3 ladders were only involved with 3 people. Some of the ideas Jerry Jarrett and Jeff Jarrett created back then were ideas that should be brought back onto the show. They were fantastic. The table elimination one, the elimination 6-way, the 2 out of 3 falls match, elimination for a title, the second night, episode 2, where AJ Styles was crowned the first ever X Division champion. He had to eliminate 2 people with 2 pins each that night. So you had Jerry Lynn, Psychosis, Low Key, AJ Styles. Jerry Lynn pinned, I don't remember the exact order, but you had to pin them twice. Each person had to be pinned twice. And then once you're pinned twice, you're eliminated out of the match. So first it was Psychosis out, then it was Low Key. AJ Styles was brought on, and he had 1 fall against him with Jerry Lynn earlier in the match. So AJ Styles had to win 2 times against Jerry Lynn because he was clean. He cleaned out the whole entire. He beat Low Key and Psychosis. So Jerry Lynn had to beat AJ Styles once. AJ Styles had to beat him twice. and he still ended up with the victory. See, those type of stipulations don't happen anymore, and I really want them to happen. Those were great stipulations. All right, I lost track here. Hardcore Championship, if Impact wouldn't be here. Rest in peace, Bob Ryder, by the way. Sad man. Sad. Oh, and New Jack. I did that video tribute in my other video. Karen is his second wife. His first wife, Jill, passed away. You mean Karen is Angle's ex-wife who he stole? I still can't believe that was involved in a storyline. Oh, man. That whole breakup with a storyline, legit shoot storyline of Jarrett stealing Angle's wife. Kind of reminds me back of Matt Hardy with Lita and Edge. Or Impact Television Championship. Jarrett with the good ideas. The Dup Cup was hilarious. Oh, man. I'm sad. No one got put through a burning table or shoved into the cotton candy machine. Oh man, the Dup Cup. So fun. I don't know. I'm only on episode 20. I don't know if the Dup Cup returns. It was only in 2 episodes that I know of, that I know by my head right now. The Dup Cup was fantastic. I loved it. Disco Inferno delivering the rules. And he's like, well, why don't we add, if you win, they get a night with fluffed up. And then Ed Ferrara gets up like, I challenge. Yes, but the storyline was Angle and Karen involved with Jarrett. So once Karen divorced, Jarrett got her, yes. But Angle and Jarrett were involved in the storyline for Karen. I want Ultimate X back. Back to where it was. I would love to see Elevation X back. That was a great match. Angle and Karen. Wow, this is going to be my longest review video ever. Fantastic. That was kind of gross. These are better cold. Anyone got anything else to say that I can keep rambling on about? A lot of fun stuff in the NWA days. I've been enjoying it immensely. I'll have to check back on that Karen Jarrett angle. Why did no one tell me my beanie was uneven? There we go. Anyone got anything else? I'm playing Arkham Knight. Such a good game. It's heavy story, though. It's heavily storied. It's not like the other 2 games. What do you think of the AJ Lynn feud? Oh, man, that was beautifully created. Okay, so first off, in NWTNA, you had Jarrett and the first night of the match. First night, you had AJ, Lynn, and Loki versus the Flying Elvises. So that was that story. And then next week was the elimination match with AJ Styles and Jerry Lynn. Then the next following week, they win the tag titles. So he not only has the X Division Championship, he has the tag titles too now. And then Jerry Lynn was upset with the whole glory hounding thing, like, you have to respect me. The full, I want to say, 6 to 7 episodes was all about Jerry Lynn and AJ trying to find a way to make the team work. That was beautifully created. Absolutely fantastic. Ron the Truth Killings winning in the third night and keeping it for a good long term. That was good. I'm still on episode 20 where he still has it. Ron the Truth Killing also gave the asylum its name. Yeah. He's like, it's my house. It's my championship. It's my term, my rules. And I'm now naming this the TNA Asylum. And I was like, yeah. Little origin story for the Asylum. Chris Jericho versus Eddie Edwards. We are unfortunately never going to get that match. Unless Jericho said it's shooting, they say he'll never show up in Impact. He said there's no reason for him to show up in Impact. The old lady, the ticket counting lady, because one of the rules were one of the rules were nailing the ticket lady. I think it was 5 points. 5 points, nailing, or was it 2 points? It was either 2 points or 5 points of nailing the ticket lady. So 2 of the Dub Cups, they went back to the ticket lady counter and tried getting her out of the office. And she starts swelling anyone that comes near her door with a broomstick. I thought that was great. She's this little old lady. That was fantastic. Yes, Eddie Edwards will be out for not a while, probably 2 months. Appendicitis is not, it's a serious thing, but it's not as serious. It's not like having knee replacement surgery or back surgery or some sort of surgery that requires 8 to 9 months. Appendicitis is just having your appendix removed. Gail Kim had appendicitis, and she was fine in 2 months, I think. She had appendicitis like 2 years ago. So Eddie Edwards has it now, and he'll be out of action for a bit, but he'll be back. 3 months, I heard. Yeah, it won't be long, but they will have to switch plans if he was planned for Slammiversary, because he will be out for Slammiversary. But it won't be long. It will be at 3 months. It'll be over real quick. Chris Jericho versus Eric Young. It's a good match. I'm losing viewers. I think everyone's leaving. That's fine. I'm almost done with the video anyways. Okay, this beanie. I need to find a way to wear this beanie where it actually looks good. Still thirsty. Your thoughts on Disciples of the New Church and James Mitchell? The blood of the Audad. I like how the New Church keeps developing members. I mean, I'm only on episode 20, as I said before, and I have no clue what happened to Tempest. Now Brian Lee is a member, and he was with his brother in one of the previous tag matches. So I'm not there yet. No spoilers. I only know of CM Punk and what's it called because of a flashback. I'm not there with Mike Awesome yet. But yeah, the New Church was fun. I liked it. It reminded me of the Brood, but with more of a satanic feel to it. Mitchell claiming he's the god and they'll do what they say, do what he says. And I'm like, okay. The blood of the Audad. Like, what is an Audad? And they Googled it's like some goat sheep son. So, yeah, the blood of the New Church, the Disciples of the New Church is a fun group. I was shocked when Violent by Design won Impact Tag Team Championships. I was shocked too. I wasn't thinking that was in their goal plan. I was thinking Eric Young would use it use Rhino to get a title or X Division. But I think 2 titles are better than 1. And then with the Freebird rules, I think that's still in play. That every VBD member will be a contender. So it could be Diener and Eric Young. It could be Diener and Rhino. It could be Rhino and Eric Young. Or Rhino and Joe Doring. Joe and Diener. Joe and Eric. That's what the Freebird rules are. I don't know if Impact has that emotion, but I'm pretty sure every trios team has it. Every faction has it. I don't know if it's yeah. Did you like Glenn Gilberti's talk show? His talk show was a riot. The first few shows, first was he brought on one of the Baldwins, which I thought was funny. Like, oh, this is a Baldwin. Alec and whatever the other brothers' names are couldn't come on. Then there was his guest with Goldilocks, telling her to take off her shirt. I was like, dude, Glenn, she's gonna fucking kill you. I mean, I felt bad for Goldilocks in all these episodes. They started harassing her, yelling at her, touching her. I mean, she's a straight up professional. I mean, if I was a woman and being goggled at or flirted with unprofessionally, touched and groped on, kissed. There was one scene where the sexy man that manages the gay team, Bruce and Lemmy, the one that has the hairy chest fat dude. I shouldn't say fat. Hairy chest heavy set dude that goes on a rampage and thinks he's like this sexaholic kind of god. He kissed Goldilocks without consent. And I was like, what the fuck? Joe Gardner, there it is. That's who it is. Yeah. He kissed Goldilocks in one of the episodes as a walking away promo. I'm like, what? And she just had to take it. And I was like, dude, that wouldn't be allowed today. Yeah, I know Eric Young is out. I was just saying an example. Like, if he was healthy, he would be in the Freebirds roles. Joe Gardner, yeah. I was shocked when he kissed Goldilocks. All right, guys, it's getting kind of late. I still gotta post this. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad I could rant about things I watched. I'm glad I could deliver you the news. And I'm thankful for you guys tuning in. It's way better when people interact. I can talk more. It can get longer. You can learn more about me. I appreciate all the support. I went legit on Twitter. I am no longer. I'm just by Cody now or whatever it was. It's now a glimpse into my mind at Misery Eater 101. And it will be strictly a YouTube page. Well, I'll still be doing the same things, tweeting about my likes and stuff, but I will be using it for a heavy-based promo. I'm trying to build my YouTube. I'm trying to build a reputation so I can get talk host interviews. I have a Skype channel that can be recorded for videos if necessary. I need to build my name up to at least 3,000 followers, and I'll hit up Ross for some interviews. I'm just trying to get my YouTube channel to be at the state of everyone else's. And I think I bring a really cool dynamic to this channel because I do it by myself. I don't have help when help is nice, and I don't have any flashy gimmicks. So I think I bring a lot to what I do, and I love doing it. So yeah, a few comments come in about the Rainbow Express being Miss TNA. Actually, I was a fan of that. Actually. I thought that was genius. And I'm all for gay superiority. I'm not gay myself, but I love people empowerment. Um, if gays want to be gay, be gay. If les want to be les, be les. If you want to be a trans person, be a trans person. Be comfortable with who you are. I make it a shit ton, and I believe in people first. So if people, that's kind of why I dropped out of religion to begin with. They made it seem like it's not okay, or it's my goal to change people who they are, and I didn't like that at all. But as for that, the TNA Miss TNA thing, I liked it. Bruce coming out in a nightgown was pretty fun. And then finding every week who he challenges, being a fan of the audience to humiliate. I think I'm on a term now where Bruce has made Lemmy, or Lenny, I think it's Lemmy, a stand-in for Miss TNA. And I think they're going to battle over Miss TNA because the banana peel incident was great. Like, okay, so you see all these cartoons with banana peels, right? And like you can slip on one, but no one's have ever done it. No one has seen it. No one has visualized it. Here's NWA TNA doing it. I thought that was great. Awesome show. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's getting kind of late. 10:40 over here. PM. So Bruce. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. It has been fun. I will check you out on Twitter. Bye.